alongside Lauren Time, and welcome to my kitchen. I'm so thrilled to hang out with you for a little bit this Sunday afternoon as I get some bits and pieces prepared for my week to hopefully take the pressure off. I am making one of my husband's ultimate favourite meals today. Stroganoff, believe it or not, is actually one of his favorite dinners. I remember preparing it fairly early on in our marriage for him to compensate for what is potentially the worst lasagna I have ever made, that I made him in the first week that we had gotten married. I made chicken stroganoff to make up for it, and I managed to keep him since then. So I reckon it must have been a pretty good recipe. Our stroganoff approach has definitely changed over the years because my metabolism is not quite as fast as what it was when I was 19. So now I don't use sour cream, I use Greek yogurt. And because budgets are, a little bit tight at the moment, we are working on a variation here that features meatballs, which is a little bit more exciting, I think, than just your standard beef strips.
And they are looking pretty good.
It's a whole lot cheaper.
They are looking pretty good.
So I'm nearly at the stage where I have finished doing the ball component of meatballs. And I have decided to try something a little bit different rather than sort of spooning it out and rolling it. I have got a tablespoon and am just kind of, I guess, using it like a mold, I suppose, to kind of make the meatballs.
They look like ice cream scoops, but just like the ugliest ice cream you've ever seen.
Yeah, look, it's not an unfair thing to say.
But no, they look delicious.
Just borrow a little bit from some of the ones that look a little bit bigger. And there's that's a bit pathetic.
Have you just got a little bit left over?
Yeah.
So you're robbing Peter to pay Paul?
I am. Oh, heck.
As they say. Oh, man.
I made that so much worse.
That meatball ended up unusual.
Oh,
anyway.
Hush. All right. I reckon that will... There we go. That's not quite as horrendous as...
Remember that it's going into Strog,
I know.
So it's going to kind of disappear, right?
So what I'll do... my other, I guess, sort of trick to taking the palaver out of making meatballs, because they are delicious, but they are one of those things where if you haven't bought them pre-made, they are like a bit of a... They're a pain to make. So rather than pan frying them, I just oven bake them. So I'm going to pop these into the oven for 15 minutes. And I think I've got the oven at 200. And I reckon we've got something lined up and we can take you through the origin story of meatballs. If we were pretending that this was like some kind of Marvel thing, like dun 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 meatballs. I'm sorry, that is absolutely the worst thing, which is fine. So we have got zucchini, carrot, garlic, bread, beef mince, and a selection of herbs. So we've got thyme, oregano, and parsley, some really sad eschalots and garlic that I found, along with an end of cheese that was in the freezer. End of cheese, end of days. So adding in the bread that we'll use to make breadcrumbs into the Thermomix. This is one of the things that I love about the Thermomix, is it makes some of these preparatory bits and pieces really quick. Because I'm using a whole kilo of mince, I didn't mix the whole thing in the Thermomix because it's just really hard to... Oh, why do I sniff everything? Putting the breadcrumbs into the bowl, and then we're going to...
Ooh, breadcrumby.
Yeah, I know. It's multigrain, don't be alarmed. The echalotts were horrendous to peel.
They were trouble.
They really were.
Yeah.
Which is fine. So blitzing all the veg again into the Thermomix, which just makes that side of things so much easier. I have tried wanted to make meatballs completely in the Thermomix before, but just found that the process of making them, it just seemed to make them a bit moussey. So I didn't love the texture with it.
Chopped up the mince too much.
Yeah. So I kind of put all the prep stuff in. Oh, bit of Worcestershire.
Nice.
Which I think is excellent.
I do love that flavour.
Oh, it's so good.
It's good in meatballs.
Veggie stock concentrate because of course. A couple of pinches of nutmeg.
To punch it up.
There we go.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was going for. I find nutmeg is a really good accompaniment to anything which is creamy.
Yeah.
And because of the creaminess,
Yeah.
adding in 1 egg. I was sort of on the fence as to whether or not I would need 1 egg or 2.
A little bit of shell. Good collection there.
Rings off and just smushing away.
Rings off. Gloves off, rings off.
Gloves off, rings off. I'm coming for you, Mark Zuckerberg. So just giving it a really, really good smush. You could try and use like a... I have done that previously where I have like put it in the Kenwood, but I just find it's heaps easier to sort of go by hand. Give it a good squish down. Heath asked me why. I didn't have a good enough reason. And then just shaky cam.
Footage.
Shaky
Action
cam.
camera.
Going into our fridge.
Whoa. There
we go.
Made me feel a little sick.
Hanging out with half a sad lemon and the sourdough starter. This is not mince, in case you're alarmed. They look very similar. I have made a beetroot sourdough for this week. It was terrible to try and get out of the broth form.
It was a bit tricky getting out, but you got there.
Definitely had some assistance. And just giving it a score.
This is a good trick. It's surprising how effective this is, and you guys are going to see why pretty soon.
So this we really enjoyed the sourdough that we had last week. So I tried to do like quite a seed-based, very healthy, hefty sourdough. Hefty is probably the operative word in that sentence. So I am just sort of working on. There it is, going into an insanely hot.
Yeah,
that was really risky, Lauren Barker.
That was very hot.
Adding it.
So you preheated that, didn't you? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So that big
and then
pot
into
hot
the oven. Lucky I didn't melt my pants.
And then along the way, you took the lid off, didn't you?
Yes, I did. So I cook it at like sort of full whack with the with just the heat on top, because I would find, because of the cast iron, that if I had heat going to the bottom as well, it would get really burned. I was trying to think of a nicer way of saying it, but burned. So I scorched. So I found a nice, an unnecessary amount of burnish. So I found that by just having the heat on the top, because you're not getting that consistent, continual heat coming through on the bottom, that just seems to give it a better cook.
Yep.
And then after 45 minutes, I would take the lid off and then turn the oven down to 220 and put the heat back so that it was heating the whole way and was fan forced and what have you, just to give it that final finish. So I do have, thanks to the magic of Heather-Vision, I do have
we got? I've had a
finished
peek
product.
Of this, and
it's beautiful.
It is a beautiful.
So it's got
loaf.
a whole quite large, so a whole beetroot, I think probably would have been about 200 grams worth in there.
Look at that.
With a... heck.
Nice.
And had fed the... sorry.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Lovely. And had used some buckwheat flour for the starter, just for something different. And then because I hadn't sufficiently compensated for the amount of liquid from the beetroot, ended up adding in a few different grains to soak up some of that additional liquid. So we'll see how it goes.
It is an amazing looking loaf today.
But I think it should be tasty as.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
All right. So where are we at now? What
Now
else
with
have we got going
so
on?
with the Strog, while the meatballs, I'm like, they start with M, they're meaty and they're in ball shape. We are going to get on with getting the bits and pieces prepped for the Strog. So, we say Strog in Australia because we're lazy. So I'm going
and because I can't spell stroganoff.
Stroganoff, yes. I wasn't going to out you on that one.
That's fair though.
All right.
It's a silly word.
We need to chop the the onion, capsicum. We'll grab some garlic, and we've already got some of the mushrooms chopped, which is awesome.
Great.
And we've got some carrot to chop
You mentioned garlic, didn't you?
as well. Yes.
All right, I can get that. Fresh garlic or minced garlic?
Up to you.
Oh, don't put it up to me. No, you want fresh garlic, don't you?
Yeah. And we'll go 4 cloves. It's quite, I do, like, because Heath and I will eat, so this recipe, finish one sentence so you start. This recipe will serve 8.
Yep.
So if it sounds like there's a lot of garlic, if you're just cooking dinner for like the standard family size of 4, you're right. Although in saying that, there is also 4 cloves of garlic in the meatballs. So I'm just chopping up the carrot. I mean, I know carrot's not really something that you would normally put into stroganoff.
But let's be honest, Lauren puts vegetables into just about everything.
Yes.
And therefore, that includes...
Unsurprisingly. So that will also include stroganoff.
And cake.
Yes. We'd had some cucumbers that were excess that were getting given away at church. So I did some pickles, which were delicious. But I had a whole cucumber and was sort of trying to figure out something a bit different to do for it. And so I decided to make a cucumber cake that I did for church morning tea.
Which sounds horrible, doesn't it?
I was really... Anyway, so
I
flavoured it. I did. Exactly. And that was my... No, it's zucchini cake.
Zucchini cake.
You do get zucchini
slice is
slices.
very savoury.
Egg and bacon.
Yeah.
So I flavoured it up. I added in some lime zest and some fresh thyme. I was kind of thinking of it being... I don't know, almost like...
A gin and tonic flavour.
Yes,
Let's
I
be
was
honest.
trying...
That's
Yeah,
what
which
you're
is...
thinking.
When I say the fact that I was making it for church morning tea, that I was thinking of gin and tonic, that sounds terrible.
It's great. It's funny. All right, I've got some garlic for you.
Wonderful.
If you want to cut it up.
I would love to. Actually, speaking of, did you want a drink?
Oh, yeah. You got anything in mind?
Well, we've got some bubbles there, but they are from last week, so we probably want to mix them in with something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, because of that.
All right, I'll see what I can find.
So yeah, and then I was concerned about it tasting bland or weird or too much like vegetable. So I made a glaze with the lime juice that I had used the zest of, with a bit of icing sugar. Promptly popped it into the freezer, and then remembered that we had church morning tea this morning, so pulled it out at about 6. I snuck a little bit when I was slicing it up and sort of thought, oh, I like it. It is a little bit like unusual, but I didn't hate it. And I had someone after church send me a text and ask for the recipe, which was great.
Yeah.
And then I had to remember what the heck that I did to make it, because I just completely made it up on the fly. So, and it was good. And it's one of my, if figuring out how to create something out of the stuff that you've got in the fridge and the pantry was a love language, that would be my love language.
For sure, yep.
So I'm just slicing up the garlic.
All right, so I've got gin, because we're talking about gin. So that's what I've got.
Bitters.
I've got some bitters. That'll make it
Excellent.
interesting.
Yes.
I've got the dehydrated
Perfect.
lemon slices. I was thinking something to just, it'll have a little bit of zing
to
because...
Jenga.
Have a bit of
We've
zing.
got lemon... Oh, no, if we're doing gin, we shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
We don't want to do limoncello, gin and...
Ooh, that sounds like a fairly intense mix,
Oh,
doesn't
yeah.
it?
That sounds like... Lauren, you got Bible study tonight.
All right. Okay, so here's what we've got. We have got...
Mushrooms.
Old sparkling wine. We've got gin. We've got bitters. We've got lemon slices. I just feel like there needs to be one more thing.
Okay, so this might sound a
Herbs
bit...
or something like that.
Yeah, well, there's time.
I'll get some time.
Get some time.
I'm going to find some time.
Find some time. And we've got the lime juice in the freezer too.
Perfect.
I do love a gin cocktail. So I'm just cutting up the onion. The meatballs are smelling really good. which is great. And I'm going to serve the stroganoff. So I think like stroganoff you would often have with, in the US, I think they would say buttered noodles. So like, yep, sort of plain pasta that you might put some butter through and parsley, where I guess sort of trying to, because we're going to be eating this all week, we don't want to make it too indulgent a meal. So we are going to do a mixture of cauliflower and broccoli rice with a bit of brown rice, which will be really good. So it'll still have a bit of that sort of satisfaction of having carb, but not too heavy.
Using the little cubes of lime ice is the perfect idea, I think.
So good.
I just need reminding where they might be hiding.
There's only a few of them, and they'll be in the drawer, which has got frozen veg in it.
Got it. Oh, this is getting quite icy,
Yeah,
isn't it?
I know.
That's all right. Might be time to request some more, although is it still
Yeah,
citrus
it is
season?
definitely citrus season.
Yeah?
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I will get the capsicum chopped, but it's probably time for me to get the strog commencing while Heath gets yelled at by the fridge.
Oop. All right, got a bit of ice. I've got a bit of gin. And it is a Melbourne Gin Company one.
Oh, nice. Alrighty, so while that starts to warm up,
It is.
I will chop up some capsicum. We've got, it's so cute, a little yellow, a little orange capsicum. Or pepper.
Right. Okay.
I don't know what that accent was. It was terrible. So I don't think capsicum is really something you would normally have in
Sorry about the
stroganoff. I don't
noise.
think.
One more. Capsicum? No, probably sounds a little bit unusual. But hey.
All about that veg.
All about that veg,
And it's great to add in lots of different coloured veg too. Get that variety. Oh,
All right, your watch is going off.
that means the meatballs are
Right.
cooked. Well, I'll give them a look-see. Oh, yeah.
They do look good.
They look great. I'll
Give you a
probably
bit of
leave them in
space.
the oven to save space.
Oh,
but
okay.
I will just pull one out. How good does that look? They look amazing.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I wouldn't say they look amazing.
No, they look like they will taste amazing.
They look like they will taste amazing.
Yes.
Because, yeah,
Very
meatballs are not necessarily the most attractive of looking dishes, but they do smell spectacular, which is great. All right, so I'll keep on chopping. Woo!
Whoa. Well, at least it held some fizz
Yeah.
by the sounds, so that's a win. So I don't know if this is the right way to go, but I'm pouring the wine in first.
Okay.
Then I'm going to top it with our little gin mix, which admittedly, because this is mostly wine, I only did one shot of gin between the two of us. So
Okay.
shouldn't be too hefty.
Slicey, slice, slice. I just love all of it, the oranginess. It's so great.
Oh, you're talking about your slicing?
Oh yeah, and the oranginess
I'm
of that
talking
looks
about
great.
this.
Okay, so I've got some thyme as well that is going to go in with the mushrooms. I've also got some enoki mushrooms that we got on clearance, which I have frozen. So if the texture seems a little bit weird, that is why. So I'll just give them a bit of a slice of rooney.
So this is where we're at so far. Yep, you've sliced up all the veggies. Oh. And onto the mushrooms.
Excellent. Now, I'm going to really just turn that pot down a little bit. And I have got, just to add to the mushroom flavour.
Oh, okay. Yeah, great. Can I give you a hand with that?
No,
Are you
I
good?
got it.
You're good.
Some buttered truffle extra virgin olive oil.
These are winding up quite full. There's a tiny bit of sparkling wine left that we'll have later. Oh, wow. Look at that. Steaming up nicely.
I just had moved it off the... Great. I'll add in the thyme.
Beautiful.
Mushroom and thyme is such a classic flavour pairing. And the buttered
And
truffle just smells spectacular.
Yeah, it really does. Alright, I'm going to let you keep doing that. Yep, our house smells amazing.
I do apologise for having my back to you. So I'm just going to get the mushrooms to sort of brown off. And get that flavour. And then I'll set them aside because I don't want them to get too smushy while everything else cooks. And then I'll add them back at the end. But they do just smell amazing. Okay, so they're sort of getting to the point where they'll start to get a bit smushy if I'm not careful. So I'll just... try not to burn myself.
Very nice. Way to go.
Now, because the enoki mushrooms were frozen, there is no hope for them. They will be smushy no matter what I do.
They're going to be smushy, okay. Yep.
So I'll put that back on the heat.
Mm-hmm.
And I will add in our mixture of onion and carrot and capsicum. and garlic. So I'll pop that into the pot. I don't know if putting it on an orange board was...
Oh, it made it very colourful.
Made it very colourful.
Very orange.
So we'll just give that a bit of a stir.
Mm-hmm.
It smells so good. And I'll add in the enoki mushrooms now. And stir it again. So all in, we had about 500 grams worth of the button mushrooms, and there's 100 grams of enoki mushrooms in here. So 600 grams worth of mushrooms all up, which is a good amount.
And is that paired up with a kilo of mince?
Yes, and a kilo of mince. So plenty of protein. So, and a good amount of that veg. So we're not going to feel hard done by.
No, not at all. Well, it's Strog for one thing.
I know. So hard for you to feel hard done by, my darling.
Very, very hard for me to feel hard done by.
Okay, so I'll just let that cook for a little bit, and then I will add in... Oh, actually, before I do anything...
Yeah, I was going to say, let's... They're quite full, sorry. Cheers. Oh, zingy. Zingy, even though... Oh, no, the lime juice, of course. There it is. Very good.
So good. Now, something that I love to add to stroganoff is smoked paprika. So good. So I will add in a tablespoon. And a half.
Why not?
Give that a stir. And we'll just continue for the onion and garlic and veg just to sort of sweat down a little bit. So while that does that, we are going to get on with the broccoli, cauliflower, etc. rice and the brown rice. And I also have got a zucchini that I'll just chuck in.
Fair
Because
enough.
why not?
Yeah, why not?
So do you want to be in charge of drinking your wine, it would say?
Yep, let me know. What am I in charge of?
All right. So we've got the broccoli and cauliflower to sort of chop down.
Okay.
I'm considering... So cauliflower leaves are edible. What
Okay.
are our thoughts?
But they don't look...
These ones are a little
Like
bit...
a little sad.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I do want to have a go at one day, including the cauliflower leaves in the making of the cauliflower rice, but maybe not
Fair
today.
enough. No, it makes sense. If they're edible and they're in good condition,
Yeah,
why not?
these ones are edible, but probably not in the best
As good
condition.
condition.
So they will go into the
Frozen veggie pile for future...
which is
veggie
marked
stock.
the ice cream container, which I have
Yes,
marked not
yes.
ice cream.
For me. Heath, this is not ice cream. You will be disappointed when you open
You'll
it.
be like so disappointed.
I would be very surprised if I found ice cream in our freezer.
Oh yeah. Not that because we're super healthy and don't eat ice cream, but because when ice cream is in the house, it does not
We
stick
eat
around
ice
for
cream.
long.
Yeah. Yes.
Ah, the smoked paprika, I
Oh, I
tell
can
you.
smell it. Yeah, yeah, it's smelling really good.
Oh, I'm so excited about dinners this week.
I am looking forward to Strog. It's the right time of year for Strog. Just love it. Absolutely love it.
So with the cauliflower rice, the Thermomix is going to do the majority of the work for us, which is the best.
Mm-hmm.
So
Sorry,
whoop,
reaching in and grabbing that.
the I guess the tip that I would have with making cauliflower rice in the Thermomix is don't get cocky and don't put too much in at once.
Yeah, or else you end up with really, really small bits.
And then
really
like
big bits.
whole florets.
Yep.
Ask me how I know.
I'm really happy with that one.
We do love a gin-based cocktail.
Yep.
I've just got some dried bay leaves that I just pulled off the plant outside. Oh, we
Oh,
gave
yep.
our veggie patch a bit of
Yeah.
a glow up yesterday, which
Yeah.
was fun.
You went very hard in the vegetable garden, just tidying things up and then planting some new stuff.
Which was
and
great.
Yeah,
Sort of
really
using
good.
up
Do you want
the
that?
the tomato paste, using up the our compost. Well, not using up, but sort of spreading out the compost as well.
How much compost did we get through?
Pretty much all of it. So
Fantastic.
yeah, which is good.
Our compost bin was
getting
getting
a bit
quite
full.
full. It's about half the size of a green wheelie bin, would you say?
Yes.
Maybe a little bit bigger. And it was almost chock-a-block to the brim.
Do you want to turn the Thermomix on?
Sure.
So I'm just adding in a whole tub of tomato paste. I probably could get away with using a tablespoon, but honestly, I am not going to just use a tablespoon and then put it back in the fridge.
All right.
Put that in the bin.
This is going to be a little bit loud as I do a couple of blitzes. So sorry about that. Here we go. So I've slowly learned to be taught by sound, chopping up by sound.
Now, often with
that is-
Strog, you would use... Oh, do you want a container to put the...
I do.
Very cool. So, with Strog, you would ordinarily use a little bit of white wine to deglaze. I've got red wine open, rather, so red wine it is.
Red wine it is. All right, one more blitz. I'm a bit concerned. There's a piece of broccoli in there that just does not want to chop up. Hey, we got it.
Hey!
We got it.
Alright, so while that has sort of nicely deglazed, what I have got here, when I explained the story to Heath, I realised how bananas it sounded. But the last time I made mustard in the Thermomix, there was all this beautiful mustardy flavour in the Thermomix. I didn't have a recipe that I was going to make immediately that would use it. So put a little bit of water in there, mix it all around, and then froze it.
So to be clear, this is your mustard rinse water.
Yeah, yes. When you say it like that, it sounds ridiculous.
It just sounds like not food.
Yeah. Anyway, so I'm putting the mustard rinse water.
Until a chef says something like mustard infused jus.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Because you can use mustard. I came across a few recipes for Strog that use mustard, so I figured this is the perfect opportunity for me to use my... I was going to say eau de mustard, but that sounds terrible. Right.
Next blitz.
So I'll just let that come to a boil. And I will add in, of course, veggie stock concentrate. And just a few tablespoons. That's a good amount. It's such a good cocktail, hun.
It is a nice one, yeah.
So, once Heath has done that, we're going to do some brown rice in with the... Ooh.
In with the what? Huh?
Cauliflower broccoli rice.
In with the... Oh!
Oh, hush. Excellent. And we've just got... we'll just pop these in.
Busy one today.
Yes. All right.
Lots of things going on.
So we've got the... as after you paid me out about my...
Ooh.
mustard water. And my whoop.
Oh, sorry.
All the
man,
things
I've
that
been
you can
paying
pay me out
a lot,
about.
so- Yeah.
I am going to... I mean, I can't waste this water when I cook the rice.
No.
So I'll just do a...
Oh, sorry about that.
Perfect. I'm so glad that we both stood... Oh, heck, nice and close to it too.
All right.
And that's kind of just given the... Given it a bit of a clean.
rinse. Oh, yep.
I'll pour it in there for now.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I've got a little bit left
Got a
over.
little bit left.
Grab me a cup.
The joys of live.
Excellent. So, oh, that's bubbling away nicely. Can I get you
What would you like me to do?
to... I'm trying to figure out if I'm better off putting the meatballs in now. No, I'll just let it simmer. So we just want that all that veg to sort of cook down and be nice and soft and amazing and delicious. All right, so brown rice.
Brown rice.
We want, I think, two 250 grams of brown rice. So with the brown rice, we're going to make the amount of brown rice that would normally serve 4. But we're going to serve it for 8, which is why we're kind of, I guess, I'm trying to think of a way to say it that doesn't sound like drugs, but we are cutting the brown rice with the...
Yep. Half and half.
Yeah.
Half and half with the vegetables, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I just have to very seamlessly grab the instructions. You would think that I would remember how to cook rice, but...
Yeah. No, it's fair. I mean, we have the resources these days to be able to just go to a phone and find the recipe that you need. Away you go.
Awesome. So 250 grams of brown rice, which I very clearly buy in bulk.
Oh yeah, that's a hooah.
It is. And because I'm mean, we only really eat brown rice. I have had a hankering for rice pudding though.
For rice pudding?
Yeah,
Oh,
I haven't had rice pudding in ages.
Forever.
And I can't find,
Yeah.
well, I don't know how to do it with brown rice and have it still be tasty, so I might have to buy some, like, super unexciting white rice
Yep.
to make up for it. And this is going to get loud, but we are going to effectively, and this is one of the great things that I love about doing brown rice in the Thermomix, is that we can basically wash it in the Thermomix. So I don't have to go through all the drama of washing the white rice normally. So add in 1,200 grams of water. Can you grab the Greek yogurt out of the fridge?
Yeah.
Just our Greek yogurt.
The open one?
Yep, that would be perfect.
Yep.
And if you feel it, you can track it down, the corn flour out of the pantry. I think it's in its own container.
Right.
This is a test.
Oh, this is a tricky test.
And this is about to get a little bit loud. So I'll step away. Have a sip. Perfect.
Okay. There's something about a bag of corn flour that just,
I know, he can't touch it.
It's so creaky for me.
And now
it's so weird.
I feel really mean for having asked you to get it.
Fine. It's fine.
So we want to have about a cup worth of Greek yogurt. Is that a cup of Greek yogurt in that container?
It's going to be mighty close,
Cool.
but might be a little bit shy.
All right. So do you want to open up the other Greek yogurt that we have?
I will if you need it. Can you weigh it in or not? No.
I can't weigh a cup.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
There is method to my madness about wanting to keep it in there.
All right.
Okie dokie. And now we add 1,250 grams of fresh water. Fresh cauliflower water.
Give it a bit of extra flavour.
Oh, I'm not gonna waste a single ounce, a single scarrick of flavour, if I can avoid it.
All right. My gut is telling me that is a cup.
Perfect. Great. So,
Do you want to use that to get
I'll
in there?
use
or you don't
I'll
need it
use
yet?
that, but without. Okay. Yep.
This is very logistics
It
planning,
is.
isn't it?
It is.
Like,
It is.
yeah.
So
you almost need a Gantt chart to plan this one out by the sounds.
I know. Well, yeah.
It's very advanced.
I had forgotten about your very strong dislike of corn flour.
No, I enjoy corn flour as something to like in food.
Yeah, I know.
It's fine. It's just the
I've forgot
handling of
about
the
your
bag.
sensory issues.
My back starts tingling just even thinking about it.
All right. Did you want to get the meatballs out? I'm just adding in a couple of cloves of garlic to flavour up the brown rice.
Sure. Well, I'm far-sighting it. My glasses are fogging up.
Okay. That was a quart of water. And then perfect. And then we'll pop that to cook.
All right.
So that's going to take about 40 minutes to cook.
Okay. While you've got that cooking, I'm just going to show off all of the things that you've gotten up to so far. So we've got meatballs like crazy, heaps of them. They're going to be magnificent this week. Now I'm going to walk over to the sauce. How's that looking?
It's looking really good. It's smelling amazing too.
Oh, I wish I could show it to you guys. It's just a little hard to see.
Oof.
Sorry. And then we've got our rice on the cook and bread cooked. And gee.
And so what we're going to do now to kind of finish off the strog is add in a couple of tablespoons of corn flour to
straight
the Greek
into the yogurt cup. Ah, okay.
I cut like the world's smallest hole in this bag of corn flour.
Which means it comes out very slowly, yeah?
Yeah.
Right.
There we go.
Excellent.
Thank you for your service shoulder. There we go. And I'm going to mix it in with the Greek yogurt. So this is going to help to thicken up the stroganoff sauce really easily.
That's a good trick. So will it thicken as you stir it, or will it thicken later?
It will thicken when it goes into the strog with the heat.
Ah, you need the heat.
Yeah.
Got it.
Right. So I'm going to add in the mushrooms. Oh, it just smells spectacular. And I'll add back in. Do you want to do meatballs first, or no? I think doing this.
You tell me.
All right, and now the Greek yogurt. So we're using Greek yogurt here in place of sour cream.
Yeah, so you could use sour cream, but for health reasons and also because we have it when choosing not to, right?
Exactly. And this is sort of, really prompted by the fact that our local grocery store had mushrooms for $8 a kilo, so which is quite a good price for mushrooms. So just mixing that through.
Magnificent. Beautiful.
And then we'll add in the meatballs.
It's been a very back to the camera kind of show
I
today.
know,
So
I
sorry
know.
about
Well, we
that,
don't
everyone.
often do a lot of
No, we've spent a lot of
stovetop.
time in at the hot plate.
I've been really worried that it was going to be too much sauce.
And what are your thoughts now?
Oh, no way. Like, this was a good amount of sauce.
Oh, excellent. Way to go.
I just don't want to miss out on any of that flavour.
No, that does look like delicious flavour right there. Fantastic.
Just get that all a good mix. And then just let it thicken a little bit. And then Bob's your uncle. Ugh. That is going to be amazing.
Way to go.
And that is all of our food prep done for the week. We've got some really unexciting things like making a side salad to go with our lunches that I will not bore you with. But I hope that you have been able to take a few opportunities yourself to get things prepared for your week. And I can't wait to do this all again with you next Sunday on Alongside Lauren.